So how are you doing today, Janna?
Doing all right.
Sweet. Hey, so have you been to Buc-ee's?
Yeah, I actually moved here from Fort Worth, Texas. And so there was a Buc-ee's like 5 minutes from my house.
I'm from Fort Worth.
No way.
What the hell?
What part of?
Over there at Haltom City.
That's where I lived. Right across from, they just built like a brand new Haltom City library.
What the hell?
Yeah, I had a house over there.
How old are you?
30. I just turned 30.
I'm 30. Wait, when did you move here?
23, 2 years ago, 2 summers ago.
So did you go to Haltom Middle and Haltom?
No, I grew up in Salt Lake City, Utah. I had just been living in Fort Worth after I got my degree. I moved down there and I was teaching.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I was like, wait, did we go to school?
That would have been crazy.
Okay. So you're from Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
Then you studied.
I studied education out in Arkansas.
Okay.
Which is where I actually met my husband. He's from here, but we met in Arkansas, which is why then I ended up here. And so then I did my master's out at UNL in Lincoln, and then moved out to Fort Worth, taught there for a while, and then then I moved up here.
So what did you teach over there?
Fifth grade. I've been fifth grade almost the whole time.
Okay. Did you teach it same thing in that area?
Yeah. So I taught in ULIS, which is like dead center between Fort Worth and Dallas. And there they departmentalize. So I just taught a couple subjects. I did like social studies and reading and writing, that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Dang. Oh, snap. Okay. I was about to, oh, snap. That's cool.
It's a small world, isn't it?
Yeah, that's freaky.
Yeah.
But okay. Yeah, it's been, I moved out here in 2020, so I've been there forever. And I don't miss it at all.
No?
Nah. I know a lot of people are moving to Texas. Actually, like right now, this week, it's on Thursday, I have a friend of mine who's moving over there to South Lake or somewhere right there.
Okay.
But he's getting married.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a good area.
We can't, yeah, it is. And we couldn't make it because we just got some other stuff going on. It's in a busy summer.
Yeah.
And then I mentioned, that's why we're also dog sitting because of same thing. Another friend of ours, they're heading to the wedding.
Okay.
But it would have been really cool to head back there. But, it's hot. It's hot over there right now.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. I know right now, I was walking. I was on my bike. Then I walked here and I'm wearing a short sleeve. So if instead of people looking at like the temperature, I say, hey, just look at me. Since I grew down there, I'm a little more used to the heat. So like, for example, Saturday, I was doing a bunch of house stuff. I had on a sweater the whole entire time, even outside.
Oh, man.
So, I mean, for me, it's all right. That means for y'all guys, oh yeah, that should be good. Now you see me in a short sleeve with some pants. That means it's probably getting hot for y'all. And if you see me in shorts, that probably means, hey, don't go outside. That's how I roll. But if you see me like in a jacket, it's like 60 degrees. It's probably good for everyone else.
Yeah, and you're freezing.
Yeah. Did you hear about that carnival?
The one here in town?
Yeah.
We passed it. It looked really cool. I wanted to go. We just didn't have time.
Yeah, it was. We went, my daughter went with some friends and then we went there like at night. It was like Saturday night. And yeah, it was a real carnival.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool. And it looked like there were a lot of people there too, which I was hoping for because that kind of stuff needs to like keep coming back.
Yeah, I don't know who organized it. I just saw it pop off. I don't know if it was like 4-H and I saw Katie Heine put it on there. And for me, I had low expectations, which, hey, if I have low expectations, I'm never disappointed.
Exactly.
So I was thinking, oh man, I wonder if they're going to have some stuff. I had low expectations and I was wrong. And no, they had so there was a Ferris. I don't know if it was working though. It was closed off, but they had like real rides.
Like it looked like a real carnival. It was exciting.
Yeah. And it was pretty, I want to say big for the town, especially because, I've been to big carnivals.
Yep.
It's different, but they had a lot of stuff. And you know what? It was like $20.
That's awesome.
$20 for a wristband.
That's not bad at all.
Unlimited rides.
That's really cool.
Yeah. And even like the one that, it wasn't a Ferris wheel. It was the same thing. It looked like a Ferris wheel. And then you go like upside down with a twist.
Yeah.
I think they call it a zipper. That one, I think that was the one that had like a big line, but it was quick. I think it took like maybe 5-10 minutes. And the rest, same thing. You'll have a line, but it just goes real quick. Small town.
Great.
Bumper cars. They had that one. They had, I don't know, some spinning one. I was happy.
Yeah.
So that was cool. Hopefully they do something again.
I hope so. And that's what I was hoping, like, because I saw it advertised. And so I was just hoping that like enough people would go that it makes it keep coming back.
Yes.
Because this town can support so much, but there just isn't a whole lot. I don't know. I might be a little biased. This is the smallest place I've ever lived because growing up in Salt Lake City, like, and then Fort Worth has more people than the whole state of South Dakota. But like, even though this is a small town, there's a lot of people here and everybody seems to be like really supportive of things that happen in town.
Yep.
Like Vermilion supports Vermilion and I love that. And so I just hope that it was well supported so it can come back.
Yeah, which also brings me to the next stuff. So you just started, was it like a few weekends ago?
Yeah, last weekend was our opening.
Yeah, tell me more about it because I saw y'all and then I'm trying to be in contact and it's just scheduled. There's just I've been so busy.
Summer's insane. Yeah. We figured summer was probably a terrible time to open, but hey, you got to start sometime, right?
Go.
Yeah, so it's called The Boardroom and it's a board game cafe, which is like, if you haven't been to one, it's just like a super laid back place where we have like a library of games. I think right now we're sitting at like 260 games with obviously hopes to expand that. But people just come in and it's a one-time cover charge, not by like hour or anything. Mm-hmm. That's too much to keep track of. But the people just pay a cover charge and then we just have tons of kitchen tables all throughout where it used to be an old Maurice's. In that strip mall right by El Nepal across from Walmart. Yeah. So we just have a bunch of different kitchen tables. You pick a game you want to play with your group, play that, and then go put it back and play another one and just get to stay as long as you want and play a bunch of games. And
if you are enjoying this and want to be a guest or sponsor, email me at vermillionunplugged@gmail.com. Would you guys also include I'm going to start nerding out a little bit. Would you guys include like card games?
Yes. So we have, I have them organized. I'm a little crazy. So they're organized by like what they are. So we have strategy games and then 2-player games, family games, cooperative games, card games, classics, long play, which is like a minimum of an hour. So those are like big ones. And then ones that have tons of expansions. And then in the categories, they're alphabetized. So they're super easy to find. But yeah, we just have a bunch of different kinds of games. And then as people like recommend games, they're like, hey, I really wanted to try this one. We try to find new games, but
I'm gonna throw out this recommendation because I'm just used to seeing it, and the town doesn't have it, and maybe it's just me because I'm biased. I think y'all guys should include like tournaments of either Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh or Magic the Gathering. I've always thought about because I've been trying to. I know the games right now, but I've never like actually done it like at a place. And it could be so expensive buying, especially, you know how like Pokemon cards right now, they're getting insane. I think it would be kind of cool if some places, and I can't believe it. I thought about these, years ago too. If someone included, same thing, a place like y'all, and they have their own, I don't know, like decks, same thing. People pay, oh, okay, yeah, let me use this deck instead of like, buying and buying and buying. I don't know, that's just me. I don't have time and money to buy my own cards and this and that. Especially, I want to get into it. Especially now, I don't know what it's been. Maybe I go through these like weird phases every year. Like right now, I've been looking into like Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. I've been rewatching the Yu-Gi-Oh cartoon, and I've been looking at I've been like on YouTube looking at how people play the game and this and that. And I feel so old. Because I don't know if are you familiar with the game or with Yu-Gi-Oh?
I'm familiar with it. I never watched it or played it, but like know people who did.
Yeah. I won't go too much into it, but I watched the cartoon like when it first came out. And there's these like little summons. Okay, you tribute 2 cards and you'll activate a level, whatever. So Dark Magician, Blue Eyes, White Dragon, whatever. Nowadays, I'm so old, I didn't know that they have this new, I don't know, they got these new rules and new stuff, and I'm like, whoa. And then I was like, well, back in my day, we didn't have all this stuff. So
yeah,
but
yeah, a lot has changed. And I mean, like with Pokemon getting popular, I guess, and all the new like apps and stuff coming out, those are definitely growing. And so those are things that we've talked about and are going to look into. One thing is that like, so my husband and I started this together. I've gone to a lot of board game cafes over the past decade. And so it was like 8 years ago that I was like, I want to do this because I love board games. And so we have our own like personal collection of board games, and we have a lot of those. We've never gotten into like the other side of things, like the deck building games and the role playing games. And so we're not against that. I just have like very limited knowledge on those. And so a lot of people have been suggesting that. So I'm definitely going to research that and look into it and see how we could incorporate that some too. So right now it is like all board game type stuff. But there've been quite a few people that have come in that are into like RPG games and stuff like that, that have been looking for ways to connect with others. And so we're hoping that we can, even if right now we can't provide necessarily all of it, we'll work on building that. But we're hoping that we can also be a place where people can build that community. So we're going to work on putting up either a box or a sign or something in the corner where if people are like, I like this stuff, I don't know anyone else who does, here's my information. That way, if somebody else is like, I also like that stuff, they can get into contact as well. So we're hoping that eventually we would love to put on tournaments of board games or Mario Party or Magic the Gathering or any of those kind of things. But if nothing else, just a way for people to find other people that enjoy the same things they do.
Yeah, especially now since you guys opened in the summer.
Yeah.
And then when school starts, I think that's when more people will start, noticing it more. Especially, well, I'm just seeing it. Maybe it might be because it's a small, weird town. But like in college, that's when I think more people are gonna be like, hey, let me go back to my childhood. Let me start doing this and that. So with the board games, I started getting into it just recently these past few years, like Monopoly. And for some reason, so I know Monopoly, I play it, and I've been collecting them, like different editions. I love it when I go to garage sales. So I don't know, I think I have like 5 different ones, especially the Mario one. I have it right there. I'm not going to let that go. Is it that one? And then we were playing the same thing, different card games like Exploding Kittens, Taco Cat,
Goat Cheese Pizza.
Yeah.
I love that one.
I hate that one. I hate it.
I just love the games you have to process quickly.
Yeah.
Those ones.
So when we haven't played it in a while, me and my wife and my daughter, because it gets so intense. Like first I'm like, it's just a game. You got, people yelling, my wife, then sometimes my daughter's crying. Sometimes I'm crying. And then my arm, like, cause you gotta go so fast. My arm, like, I don't know if it was whatever. It started hurting. Like I had to quit because every time we would play, and I don't know if it's the movements or I'm just going too fast.
That's funny.
It would hurt a lot. So that game's dangerous.
Yeah. They have like all of the holiday versions of it too. They've got a Christmas one and a Halloween one. They're a hoot. I think they're so funny. But no, I can never find people to play with me. My husband hates that game. See, so so one day I'm just going to if I see somebody pull that out, can I play with you? It's fine. It'll be great.
I do dig into Uno though. Uno's fun. I know there's the regular ones. What we would play, it's, I don't know what they call it, but you kind of chain it a little bit. So same thing. If you have like it has to be the same number or same symbol. If you have the same symbol, you could keep playing it like that. Pa, pa, pa.
Oh, nice.
Just make it more, I guess, fast.
Like Ultimate Uno.
Yeah, something like that. And then a game that I got from the library. They're not sponsoring. I wish they did. Because they have some board games. It's Catan. Yeah, because I've heard about it.
It's such a fun game.
Yeah, and I wanted to dive in. So I play a bunch of video games, and I know, board games can be kind of fun party games, but I saw that one, and I wanted to get into. Is that one like an RPG-ish type?
No.
What do you call it?
No, it's not an RPG, and it's not really a world building game, but you're just trying to collect different resources to expand your town. And so you've got settlements in each one's and roads, and then your settlements allow you to gather more supplies. And then you're just trying to build armies and those kind of things. So it's not role-playing game, but it is highly strategic.
So that was one of the first board games. I dove into one of those that type of feel, because I always thought it was just party games. And then I was like, oh, well, they got the library, so we were playing it. And at first, man, we were reading the instructions. I'm like, I don't even know how to play this. And then luckily YouTube, there's a bunch of YouTube videos. So we started playing it, and then we're like, okay, this. And it was fun.
Yeah.
Until I lost twice. To my daughter, and my wife beat me. Then I was like, okay, I don't want to play no more.
It's a fun one.
But yeah, that one was kind of cool. And
we have every expansion. So they also have like tons of expansions.
Really?
Yeah. And so we have all but one. There's one expansion we don't have at the boardroom yet, but we've got the 2-player version, and then we've got the original and all the expansions. So we're big fans of Catan.
Ah, okay. Because I saw that. I would see it at Walmart and online. You know, I always check like some reviews, and then it said that one's like one of the top ones.
Yeah.
And I played it, and I was like, oh, that's cool. So that's why I was like, what other board games are there? So we started just like the Monopoly stuff, the card games, and it's fun because it reminds me of like just playing video games, which I guess board games came before video games.
Yeah.
I just dove into the video games first.
Right.
So I'm like, hey, this is cool. Like it's a fun thing besides just being on a screen with my family. So I'm looking to like different stuff.
Yeah.
But what games do you like?
Oh man, we like a lot of games. We've been playing a lot of 2-player games lately because it's just the two of us at home. But we also really like Wingspan, which it's a long game. So you definitely gotta set some time aside for it. It's funny that I like it because birds are literally my biggest fear. And every card is a bird, but it's fun. So you're laying birds and you're laying eggs, and you collect different food, and you have to pay the food to be able to play the bird. But then each bird has a different ability where you can like draw new cards or draw extra food or get extra points. And so it's wild to explain if you can't see it in front of you. But I can show you some pictures of it. We were just playing it yesterday. I took some pictures for our Facebook page, but each person goes around and you play a bird in one of the 3 areas, either the sky, the grassland, or the water. And then as the birds go through, then you can collect different food, but you have to roll the dice for the food. So sometimes you don't get the kinds that you want, but you make it work. Or you can lay eggs, and each egg is a bonus point, or each tucked card. So like certain birds, if a bird has like a small wingspan, so sometimes like the birds of prey, you get to tuck a card behind it. Like it has this bird now, so you get an extra bonus point for that. So it's just kind of like, it's also a strategic game. We like strategy. But it's also just like super cutesy, and people really got into it for the artwork, I think, because then they made a whole like fan-based one where people who liked it would redraw the birds. And so then they did one where it was just like art-based, like fan art, which was super fun. And then after it got popular, then they created, I don't remember which one came next, but there was Finspan for fish, same game aspects, but like fish instead of birds. And then they have one called Wormspan, which is like dragons. And we have that one. I just haven't played it yet. Apparently has like really different rules, but we haven't gotten there yet, but we have it. So if somebody knows how to play it, swing by the boardroom, you can teach me. But yeah, we also really like this one called Planet. It's you have like this magnetic ball, and you're trying to build planets with either ice, dirt, grass, water, or mountains. And so like you have a different task than the other people, but you're trying to collect the different magnetic pieces. But based on what is touching, then you'll also collect animal cards. So like some of the animals are like, you have to have grass that's not touching ice at all. But then the next one will be like, whoever has grass touching the most ice gets this card. So like you have to look ahead and plan all of that, but then also like trying to complete your own little world mission thing. So that one is fun as well.
Would you guys also include later on video games? Or nah? Or mostly just board games?
I think we'll probably just stick with board games for the most part. We've talked about like having, one night every once in a while where we bring over our projector and then can do like a Mario Kart night, things like that.
Okay.
But
That'd be cool.
the thing that I love so much about board game cafes are, even though there's a bunch of people there, the tables are far enough apart that like you get to still feel like you're doing your own little group game night, your own little family game night. And so there's not, it's not like it's a quiet place, but there's not the other like invasive noises of
I got it.
You know what I mean? Because video games, sometimes they just bring their own different kind of noise, you know? Not that I'm against video games. The atmosphere we are kind of going for is that people can feel like they can have game nights here. And I mean, the one I went to, it was a great date spot, and or people went with families. And so just kind of trying to bring that atmosphere where people can feel like, even though there's lots of people, it really gets to be like, you know, they can feel like it's just them, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where we're headed now. Not to say that we're against it or we would never be willing to do it. But for now, we're just kind of hoping to do, you know, a place where people can hang out.
So how did you start? How did you guys say, hey, you know what? I want to open up this place now, here, or right over there?
Yeah. So like I said, I've been wanting to do this for 8 years. There was one when I was getting my master's out in UNL. There was one in Omaha called Spielbound. And I went there a few times, and it was just super fun. And like I said, I love board games. And so I was like, this is right up my alley. So then when I moved to Fort Worth, they're everywhere because there's a lot of young adults there and young families. And so it was, you know, something people really liked. And so there were lots out there. And it was just, every time I went, I was like, I'm just really passionate about this and I love it. And, but it was just kind of one of those things where I was like, it's a pipe dream. It'll never happen. And then for my husband's birthday, we just did like a mini weekend to Omaha. And I took him so that he could see, because I've talked about this for so long. And he's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. So I took him to one out there, and he was like, this is right up your alley. You would love this. And I was like, I would love this. And so we just kind of decided, you know, we both really love Vermilion, and we like the people of Vermilion, and we want there to be something here. And there's not a whole lot to do necessarily.
All right, you can say, I say all the time.
There's not a lot to do. And so anytime people need to do family activities or go on dates or things like that, they have to leave Vermilion. And people of Vermilion love Vermilion so much. Why not have something in Vermilion, you know?
More options.
And so we just thought that it would be really good. And then also I was delivering for the Amazon hub. So I would take Amazon packages I mainly just did the dorms. Just when it was super busy, they'd ask if I could help. I didn't do it a whole lot because I was working as a teacher, you know? So, but anytime I would deliver to the dorms, I would see kids just like in the pool room using the pool table to play board games on, or just it. And I just saw they were just trying to find spaces where they could, you know, exist and play board games and things like that. And so I was like, you know, I think other people around town would enjoy this and would be passionate about this. And so it's just a place to exist and to have fun. And we don't sell the board games. That's a lot of people's questions. We don't sell board games. There's a great place in town to buy board games if you're looking. Outside of a Dog sells board games. And they sell books and board games. Great people. We like them a lot. And so we don't sell the games. If you want games, you can go there. But we just are a place where there's space to play with, you know, whatever group that you have. And we just thought it would be a good way to invest in a place that we've both come to love.
How has it been so far?
So far, it's been very slow. We knew it would be
summer
because
like
the summer. Yeah. Well, and I mean, you know, a lot of people are like, well, USD is out. Yes. Which, you know, there'll be a great audience, but also the tanagers are out right now, and people around here love being on the lake and they love going camping. And so weekends, people just tend to disappear around here.
Yeah, that's super strange.
And so we really think that once Vermilion School starts back up as well, then it will definitely grow from there because families will be in town more and stuff like that. Summers are just super, super busy, but we just thought it would be, good to at least start getting our name out there and being open, people getting to see what we are, ask questions. A lot of people have stopped in and looked at our games, asked questions, been like, I will definitely be coming back when my friends are in town or things like that. So I think overall people are excited. It's just going to be really slow going for the next month or two because, everybody's gone.
Well, that's fine. Sometimes, it's better to start kind of smallish. And then...
Yeah, especially because neither of us have any business experience. My husband works with physical therapy and I work in the education system. So neither of us know what we're doing with running business. And so it's been actually really great because the past couple of weekends I've gotten to figure out the bookkeeping and the accounting side and the legality of things. And so even though there have been some people have come in and everyone that's come in has great positive things to say. And they all seem like they're having fun, which makes me so happy. But then also I've been able to take that time to figure out what I'm doing with that. And so it's been nice. We're definitely, excited for more people to come in. Sure. But we planned for this. We knew it would be slow, but we're just trying to use it the best that we can to get our name out there and figure out what we're doing.
So for y'all to generate revenue, it's when people come in and pay the fee to play
so it's $8 per person, $7 per student. So if we look at a kid and we're like, that kid is obviously in school, they'll just get the student discount. But if they're in high school or college, they just bring their school ID and it's $7 for them, $8 for everybody else. And then we have some food concession stand food. We've got a popcorn machine, a coffee maker. We've got some sodas and candies and chips. And so we have all of that, but also we're totally fine with people bringing their own stuff in. Yeah. Our only stipulation with that is it has to be non-alcoholic. They can't bring any alcoholic beverages in. We're not zoned for that. We're not insured for that. You don't bring alcohol in. There's lots and lots of places in town where you can go and have alcohol. This is just not one of them. And so that's our only stipulation just for, zoning purposes and insurance purposes and license purposes. But yeah, and that's been one of the things some of the families are excited about is because to entertain small kids, sometimes you need snacks and so we just are fine with people bringing their own. But we also, like I said, we have some there with hopes to expand eventually. But right now we're starting small.
No, that's cool. Maybe also because that strip mall still, I don't say newish, but there hasn't been a lot of stuff. So right now so y'all are there. The boba place, El Nopal, also Recharge. And I don't know if there's other places open.
There's not right now. There's some, I think, looking at coming into there, but that's it for now.
I thought the corner had something.
Right now, it's just mostly storage. It used to be, I think, don't quote me on this. I could be wrong. I think it used to be Midco.
Yeah, that one used to be
But they're
Midco.
not there anymore. And right now, it's just a storage place for... I don't remember who.
Oh, I thought it was a photographer. I know Midco was there, and I thought it was going to be a photography.
Yeah, there's lots of the photography background stuff being stored in there. You can see it on the window side of that. But right now, there's not anybody in there. But we've actually had a couple different groups bring their boba teas in. And so, which I love because I love seeing, people supporting everybody. And El Nopal is always busy. They're fantastic. So we love that. Yeah. It's really hard sometimes being right next door and not getting them for dinner every night because they just smell so good all the time. And they're so nice. We love them. Yeah. So, yeah.
What do you get over there at El Nopal?
I like the coyote plate. With no beans. I'm not a beans fan. But that's, if you haven't had it, it's chorizo and shrimp and chicken, just a bunch of meat with queso on it.
Okay.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay, I've only been there once. I've been to Mamacitas and El Nopal. They're Tex-Mex.
Yeah.
Or American. I think they're just Tex-Mex. So they're good. Yeah. It's fine. I just haven't. It's hard to go out there because I have a wife. from Mexico, and she makes Mexican food.
Yeah, so you get it I get that.
Which is weird sometimes because like when we head to Sioux City to go buy some stuff, we'll be like, hey, should we get some tacos? And then we're like, after that, we'll be like, but we could just make this at home.
Yeah.
Because we'll make it and we're like, man, we just spend money on something we make because my wife knows how to make it. But that's why we like going to places where we don't know how to make food. My wife is a big foodie, so she's also trying to figure out places. Like when we go somewhere, she wants to try something new. I like trying new stuff too. I like eating like Asian stuff because I don't know how to make nothing like that. That, or if it's like Indian food.
Yeah, I miss Indian food so much.
There's one over there in Sioux City. No, my bad. There's two in Sioux City.
Okay.
We tried them. The first one, I forgot the names, but it's actually really, really good. And then the second one, I think we went there last week. It was completely new. And the inside looks like a fine dining restaurant. So I was like, is this the right place? Because I was like, I don't want to spend like hundreds of dollars.
Right, yeah.
No. It's just the price is like the same price. It just looks very fancy. But yeah, they got good food.
I'll have to check that out.
I don't know if it's authentic. I'm not an expert on that. But it was good.
Yeah.
So that's fine. And everything else, here in town, I've been eating the place I like going. Finally, Silk Road's back open. I like Silk Road. I like CC's. CC's pretty good. Dakota. I think I like everything. Everything's fine too. The only place if I have to try. No. You know what? I probably messed up on that because you know the place. Is it Alfredo's? Alfredo's. Yeah, I've been there twice. Well, no, 3 times. Either way, we had. It was probably. I think they just had a bad day. Maybe. I like because it happens at any place. They'll give me something, and it's not that great. I'll go again, and it's good. So it happens all the time. We had pizza there one time, and for some reason the sauce was just so sweet.
That's that's apparently like because my husband loves their pizza. Anytime I'm out of town, he orders that because different strokes for different folks. Lots of people, but their sauce is very sweet on their pizza sauce. I have learned as well. So that's one of those where we just agree to disagree, and he goes there anytime he can when I'm out of town, and we just they apparently. Actually, it's right next door to where I teach in Sioux City. The original Alfredo's is in Sioux City, and then this is like a second store of it. Oh, okay. And so everybody says that, although, like I said, I work in Sioux City, so I talk to Sioux City people, but they love it. So maybe I just have different taste buds, but so it is sweet. Yeah, it is. And that's lots of people love it. So I support that, maybe it's not my style, but I love that for them. And
it is probably that there's different tastes. Cause I just noticed, I didn't say it wasn't bad.
Right.
It was just, I just noticed it was sweet.
Yeah.
I just never had pizza that's sweet.
Right.
And it's just the sauce. It was just sweet.
Yeah.
Like the bread's fine or the crust is fine. The cheese is fine. It's all fine. It's just, it was very sweet.
Yeah.
Same thing when I, either if I don't make sometimes I'll make some pizza on Fridays. If I don't make the sauce, I'll buy it. But, I guess I'm picky on the sauce too.
Yeah.
I've tried like every single type. The ones I do not like. And it's probably because it's just so sweet.
Yeah.
It's, I think it's called Prego.
Okay.
It's because it's a popular brand. For me, it's just too sweet. I don't know. I don't know. It's just too sweet. And then when I buy some stuff and, it would be like, I'll check the ingredients and usually if it's not a good sauce, cause I've tasted it and I'm not an expert. So I'm not an expert on Italian food or nothing like that. So this is just me. The ones that I think are really good is if it just says like tomatoes. If you see some, they'll say like puree tomatoes or something like that. And then parentheses, and it'll say da, 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 da. But if you find some that just say like tomatoes, some will say like basil and then some spices and that's it. It's just super simple. I think it's really, really good. The other ones will have like, I'm not saying all the additives in that is bad, but it has a different flavor.
Changes the taste.
Yeah. It just, and I did notice that it'll have like sugar, which I'm not against the sugar. It's just sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just not me. But I do gotta admit, Alfredo's, I've tried their wings. I like wings. I think it's very hard to have a bad wing. So,
you know who I think has good wings? Leo's. Downtown. Have you had their wings?
No, and
I think that they're really good. I have a running list on my phone of like flavors we've tried and flavors we like and don't like. Because when it comes to flavors, I'm a little bit like, I have to be careful because I'm allergic to cinnamon. And so many flavors put cinnamon in there as, you know, just like as an earthy flavor. And so I have to be kind of careful. But we really like their spicy garlic. That one is super good. And oh my Lanta, what is the other? I'll have to look at our list and I'll send it to you. Yeah. But we think they're really good. And their wings are they're not like they're not like the teeny tiny ones. They're bigger wings and we have not had a bad experience with their wings. We really like them.
Is it a good place so I've heard about Leo. At night, when school starts, it's always there. I thought it was just a bar. And then I heard about food. And I was thinking, it's just bar food. And I heard about their wings. Yeah. And they said it's one of the best wings in town. Yeah, they're
really good. We like them a lot.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I need to try that. Where did I had? I just had wings somewhere. Where was it? But it was the first time I had. So usually when we buy wings, or we either buy or make. Okay, buy.
Right.
I'm a fan of buffalo. Of course, I like buffalo sauce. Hot. I like hot. I like spicy stuff. Almost anything, except I'm not too much of a fan. I'll eat it. It was like if it's like a Parmesan or lemon thing.
Parmesan garlic.
Yeah.
That one's
Parmesan garlic. Yeah, that one. Is it usually a dry rub or is it a wet rub? Is it a sauce?
It depends on the place. So like at B-Dubs, you can get Parmesan garlic as a rub or as a wet sauce. I think most places do Parmesan garlic as a wet sauce and then lemon pepper as the dry rub. But some places have the option of both for Parmesan garlic.
Okay. Maybe I just never had, because I know usually the lemon is more dry.
Yeah.
And the Parmesan. So I guess I never just ordered it. And I think my wife, we ordered it. Oh, now I remember. We went to Old Lumber Company.
Oh, OLC, yeah.
Yeah, for the first time. And it was, I'm going to say a month ago. That's where I got it. Because my daughter they gave some in school, this free personal pan pizza.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, oh, well, let's go. And let's just order some food. So I had like their burger, coyote, whatever burger. And we ordered some wings. And that's what we got it. We ordered buffalo, hot, and then it was the Parmesan.
Okay.
And I'm not much of a cheese fan.
Right.
But, I'll eat cheese. So I ate it, or I was trying it, and I was like, not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, because usually, for me, and maybe I'm just one of the weird ones, like, you'll see like people put cheese on like almost everything, and it's fine. It doesn't gross me out. I don't hate it. I'm just like, I prefer not to have it.
Fair.
I think too much cheese, I'm not too much of a fan on it. So, but this one was like, not bad. Same thing with like pizza. I'm fine with like mozzarella and all that. But if it's like 3 cheese, 5 cheese, I don't know. It just overwhelms me too much. It's just my taste buds. I don't know. I'm just like, Or if it's like, it could be, maybe it's just, I don't know. Maybe it's just a different type of cheese.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, because
there are some cheeses that I don't like. And so I'm a big fan of cheese. And there are still some where I'm like, I do not like that kind of cheese. So yeah. But at OLC, their fried mushrooms are really good. I like their fried mushrooms there.
Oh, I'm a big fan of mushrooms.
Yeah.
And I like fried food.
Yeah.
Ooh, I need to try that.
Those ones are really good. OLC used to, I don't know, the last time we called, they said that they didn't have it, but they had a wing sauce. It was called like Berry Blazing or something. And that slapped. That was really good. But they only had it one time when we went there, and then they haven't had it since. So I wonder if they just aren't doing that one anymore. But that one was really good.
Okay, I need to try some of that stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, so you said the word slap, and no,
sorry, I teach 5th graders.
No, it was. So sometimes I've been. So I embarrass my daughter a lot, and I do it on purpose with my words.
As you should.
Yeah. Of course, I'm a dad. So like sometimes I'll be like, because you know how they say, what are they saying? They're like Riz or whatever.
Oh, my Lanta,
stuff like
yes.
that. And she starts getting annoyed. So I keep going at it.
Yep.
So I'm like, hey, you know, got that. I would ask, hey, do you got that Riz mewing in Ohio, Mr. Beast?
Oh, my Lanta.
Something like that. And she's like, do you
sure
even
she
know what that
hates that.
means? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know what it means. And then she gets annoyed. I keep going at it. And then there was a word. It was giat.
Oh, yes.
I thought it was just one of those words. So I started saying it.
Oh, no.
And then she said, do you know what it means? I'm like, I don't know. And she's like, it means big butt. So, whoops, my bad. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So I'm old.
Unfortunately, I started. So, okay. I love fifth grade. They're all so awkward, and it's just my favorite. I will probably be in fifth grade as long as I can be. But they are like a wave behind in the new slang. So like the things that, you know, like in high school or college, they're like, this is, you know, the next season that'll come to fifth grade. So like they're a little bit behind, which I love because then they think that they're so cool. And it's like, that's already old. But when I first started teaching, I was like purposefully using the things wrong because it would drive them crazy. And then they'd stop, because some of the times it's not that I'm against the words themselves, but you know, kids, they use it until you want to pull your own hair out. And so we've had to kill some of the words. So I drew like a big tombstone and they became banned words. And I use classroom economy. I use mix money. And so then like, if they said the banned words, they'd have to pay fines and things like that. And not all of the words are banned, but just ones where like they'll shout them out in the middle of class, or they'll just use them over and over and over until you're just like, please, I'm begging you, stop. But I would purposefully use them wrong. But then, unfortunately, what happened is they like unironically became part of my vocabulary.
Oh, snap.
So like now, sometimes I just say slaps, even though nobody says that anymore. But I used it so much to annoy my students that it then became part of my vocabulary. So yeah, it's
start shouting out Mr. Beast or
it's the negative
Ohio or something like that.
negative effect of reverse psychology, I guess.
I was talking to my sister about this. I was telling her, so she is, I think we're 5 years apart. Mm-hmm. And we're just talking about this week about like some slang, or no, last week about some slang when I was in school, like high school or stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And I was like, hey, I remember. So if I remember, we would use like ham. Like, hey, that goes ham. Hard as a mofo, man. Yeah. And swag. Mm-hmm. I remember that.
Swag.
And then when I was a little more younger, I heard the word crunk. Mm-hmm. So I started using some of those words. They say that my daughter doesn't know it.
No.
And then say that I was at church. I was doing some sound, and sometimes me and Kaylee, I would be like, "You ready to get crunk tonight, or let's go?" It is so funny.
That's funny. Yeah, I remember Kesha used steez and swag. She used both of those in her songs when I was in high school. Because I had a friend that he was like all about the slang stuff. And so he would use the word swag all the time, and he would use this word steez. And I was like, those are not words. And then Kesha used them in some of her songs, and I like Kesha. And he was like, now you have to admit they're words. And I'm like, I still don't think they're words, but they are part of, yeah. So those were big in high school for sure.
So did you graduate? Were you class of 2013?
2012.
2012?
Yep.
Okay. So do you remember the swag era where they had
what
was it? Those flat?
The flat bill, like the hats, and you'd leave the sticker on them. And for sure.
Yeah. So I
had one that was Perry the Platypus.
Really?
Yes. Cool. A flat bill cap that was Perry the Platypus. So that shows you how uncool I was.
No, see, I was not into it, mm-hmm. but I tried to be. I was just never cool. But like I was never a hat guy. Mm-hmm. I could not wear hats. Yeah. I just can't. But everyone started wearing snapbacks. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So
that's what they're called.
I was like, well, let me buy one. And I'm not buying the most expensive one. I bought one at a flea market.
Right.
And same thing, it was just flat and whatever. And I kept the sticker on. And my dad was like, why are you wearing it like that?
Like, it's cool, Dad.
Yeah.
You don't get it.
It's not a phase.
Oh, my Lanta. Okay. Speaking of not a phase, there is a music festival in, it's everywhere, but I go to the one in Sioux Falls, obviously, and it's called It's Not a Phase Fest. And it's just a bunch of like emo bands.
Really?
Yes. And it's the best because I'm like, this is my childhood. And so last year, Simple Plan was there. And so then there were a ton of people dressed up as Scooby-Doo because they sang the theme song for that. And it was just a hoot. So they do it every summer. That just reminded me and that's their whole thing. It's not a phase.
Yeah.
I love it.
See, I've been listening to, I just do it too, like 2000s or 2010s playlists. And then for some reason, like I like early, it's still more ahead of my, am I saying that right? Ahead of my time? Or it wasn't, I was still too young, and like it's what was it, My Chemical Romance? I like the early 2000s like punk stuff.
Oh yes, they're the best.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good. And I was listening to more of like early Linkin Park. And the stuff is pretty good.
Yeah, listening to like 303 before we understood that they were creepy.
Yeah, that stuff is crazy.
I know, and it's like I can't believe that I was singing these songs. But
yeah, one of the songs
they're bops.
Yeah, one of the songs, it's from Rihanna. Is it Rihanna? Is it Umbrella? It's one song where I remember hearing it, and they played it at like a Nickelodeon award show, and I remember it had controversy. Was it the song Umbrella? It was some song like that, and now I know why, because it actually talks about other stuff. And it's kind of weird because they're playing it for kids. Now I'm at that age, I'm like, hey, you gotta be careful, my kids. Yeah.
Right. We were like, oh, this is fine. And now it's like, I get that.
Especially now, since, I have a daughter, she's 10. No, she's going to be 10. So she's going to the 5th grade.
Okay.
And there's some songs, she doesn't listen to it, but she'll hear something. And I'm like, nah, I don't like you listening to that. And I'll play something. And she said, hey, that said something like that. And I'm like, really?
Yeah. You don't even notice it.
Yeah. And I look at the lyrics. I'm like, oh, snap, it does say that. Whoops, my bad.
Yeah.
So, and then I was like, okay, what if we put like the Kids Bop version?
I know. I used to be like anti-Kids Bop, but now it's like, okay, this is the only way I can listen to my things and when I'm making playlists for the classrooms, I have to suddenly be very aware of like, this is... I'm not playing that around 10-year-olds. So
So now, hey, dude, since now you're a teacher, are you at that point where like, man, now I understand why teachers do this or this and that? Because when I was young in elementary school, I remember for example, the Pokemon card stuff started coming out, they would ban them. And I'm like, why? Why are you guys trying to ruin our fun and all this stuff? Are you at that point where you have to like take some stuff or, hey, we can't do this?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And it's one of those where it's like, I get it. It's never an attempt to ruin the fun, but I'm responsible for making sure that 25 humans understand multiplying fractions. And if you're over here, messing with, I don't really have to take Pokemon cards as much anymore. A couple of years ago, I had to take quite a few. I would always give them back. But it's like if you're doing things, the phones are the biggest thing right now, where it's like, if you're sitting there texting, even, like there are some kids that like live text their school day to their parents.
In the 5th grade?
Yes. What? And I'm like, I'm not against you communicating with your adults. I communicate with your adults as often as I can. But in the middle of class, then later you're going to not understand how to do long division and you're going to blame it on me. And it's like, I can only do so much if your attention is being sucked out by your computers or by these things. And so there are definitely times when it's like, I'm going to need to take that because I know that you can get this, but you're so distracted by these things. So it's like, yeah, I can, I remember as a kid, it feels like your teacher's just trying to destroy your life and they don't understand and they just want you to have no fun and they want you to be bored. And it's like, I would just like you to understand these things. And it's like, as soon as we're done with the lesson or as soon as you get things, I'll give you free time till we got to move on to things. Like, just let's get through stuff first. Yeah.
See, when the cell phones started coming out, I remember in middle school, sixth grade. I didn't have a phone yet, but some of my friends started having phones, but there was a rule where you can't have the phone out at all, at all. They'll take it away if they see it.
Right.
And then high school, you could have your phone during passing period, but once in the classrooms, if they see you, they'll take it out.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure now that I'm thinking about it, I'm pretty sure these teachers were not dumb, because this is what I would do, and a lot of people do. Yep. You're looking in your backpack.
You think you're so sneaky. Yeah.
Yeah, I would do that too. I'm like, they don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah. and then looking back, you're like, oh, they totally knew. Yeah, there for sure sometimes when kids will think that I don't see them passing a note or whatever, but it's like, I'm not going to disrupt everybody's lesson to stop that. It's only if it becomes like a real problem. It's like, I see a lot more than I get onto, because I'm gonna pick my battles carefully, because right now that's not worth me interrupting my lesson for. So being a teacher has made me realize that I was not as sneaky as I thought I was when I was a kid.
But now you got that aura, or whatever those youngsters are saying now.
Yeah, I don't even know, because aura meant something totally different than I feel like it is being used now. Some things I don't even try to understand. I've accepted that I'm old, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah. We're only 30.
Oh, man.
And then, I just turned 30 in May. Yeah, last month. And then my wife, she's like, oh, man, you're so old. And so I'm like, we're the same age. She's like, no, I'm 29. I'm like, but you're going to be 30 in July.
Yep.
She's like, no.
It doesn't count till then.
Yeah. So she's saying, she's all young and stuff.
Yep.
Do you feel it, or nah, right?
Not really. Every once in a while, like, when you're 25 and you're just like, I don't want to walk down the stairs, so you just jump down them, right? And then you wake up on your 26th birthday and you're like, oh yeah, no, I got to walk down every single one of those. Yeah. Things like that, where it's like, and then also I've torn the ligament in my knee and just like damaged a lot of things. And so my knees are definitely not what they were in my 20s. I've been 30 for a few months and I'm like back in my 20s. But, things definitely have changed. But I think that I don't know. I don't know. I think that I have a new idea of what 30 is versus when I was little. When I was little, it's like, oh, 30 was so old. And the media told us 30 was so old. Yeah. But now, like, I feel like people are realizing that 30 really is not that old. I mean, like, a 10-year-old's going to listen to me say that and be like, no, that's ancient. Yeah. You're a grandma. But like, looking at it, it's like 30 I don't feel what I thought I was going to feel. Like, when I was younger, I was like, oh man, by the time I'm 30, I'm going to have my life together. I'm going to know what I'm doing, because I'm going to be a full-blown adult. And I'm like, I am a child. I can barely take care of, like, don't give me a plant. The plant will die, and then I will feel badly. I can't take care of it. I'm keeping myself alive, and that is a win. So there you go. Yeah, I don't feel old, because I feel like I'm still trying to figure out what on earth is happening. So I feel like I won't be able to feel old until I feel like I have my life together a little bit more. So, I guess being a mess has its perks. See, I thought you're never going to feel old.
I thought when, by the time I'm 30, I already got everything, know everything. Man, I don't even know anything at all. Nothing. I'm still trying to figure it out. Yeah. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to be when I grow up. Yep. Yeah. I thought, oh, when I'm like in my 30s or 40s, whatever. Actually, I thought when I hit 25, I thought, oh yeah, once I'm out of school, boom, I'm going to have thousands of dollars, and, we're going to
get to do what I want.
Yeah. No. Yeah, that never happened. No. Or like, oh, when I'm older, I'll have all this time to play video games, this and that. Man, I'm just trying to get some sleep.
Yeah. 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 There's no time for anything anymore.
There isn't.
Yeah. Well, also, I think probably part of it is I got married last year. And so, like, I was already late 20s by the time I got married. And so when you're a kid, you're like, oh yeah, I'm going to get married when I'm out of college, and I'm going to be, like, you have, and it's like, it happens so much later. And so it's like, it doesn't feel Because it's like, we're still newlyweds and we're still, trying to figure out what that's like. And it's like, so, we're still trying to figure out what it's like to live together because he moved in after we got married. And so it's like, we're still trying to figure all of that out. And so there's no space in my brain to tell myself that I'm old because it's like, I'm still life is still chaos. And so I think that probably plays a big part of it.
Oh, they say the first 7 years of marriage is like the hardest. I've already been married 5 years, so I'm like, oh, I got 2 years left. But it is. I thought it would be like, no, I love my wife. I love marriage, but I thought it would be like it's in the movies, just like that. Everything's all great, and then when they're, it happens with every couple. There'll be like an issue or something, or we don't agree for some reason. I cannot believe I thought about it. Yeah, there's gonna be some stuff we don't agree, and there's gonna be times we're like, wait, but I'm right. And my wife like, no, I'm right. But most of the time she's right. So yeah, especially living together, 24/7. I'm like, oh snap. There's going to be some stuff we don't, like about each other. But at the end of the day, I'm actually happy. I think we were talking about this yesterday too. I'm actually, I like it. I like marriage. I have kids. My wife is pregnant. So
oh, congratulations.
Yeah. I was hoping for twins, but no.
Was she hoping for twins?
No.
Because that's a lot.
I was actually hoping for twins. I would, when she told me she was pregnant, I was like, is there two of them? She's like, no. And then we went to do the sonogram, what was it, like a month ago? They're checking everything and you can see the baby or the tiny thing. And I was like, twins? She's like, no. The doctor's like, no. I'm like, you sure?
Can you check again?
Yeah. It could be, are you sure it's not like hiding? Maybe she's shy. She's like, no. I'm like, are you sure you're a doctor or something?
Can I see your credentials,
there
please?
You go.
That's funny.
Yeah. And then we don't know. Well, my bad. They don't know it's a boy or a girl. I know it's a boy. It is a boy.
Okay.
But they're saying that, hey, don't get your expectation. It's going to be a boy. Like, what if it's a girl? No. It's going to be a boy. I know it's a boy because I already have a daughter and I need more testosterone in the household. I can't have the estrogen. I need a boy or something.
It's one of those where you're like, I'll love it if it's a girl, but like in my heart, it's a boy. Yeah. We got this. That's funny.
No, but if the baby is a girl, it's fine. I'll be happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get like, let's try again for the boy. I've been living with 2 females and I love it. But sometimes, I just need some manly stuff.
That's funny. That's funny. I don't know. We're super happy. And obviously, I'm not going to be like, oh, everything is always perfect. I mean, when you're living with another human 24/7, like you said, you're going to have disagreements or you're going to be like, oh, my Lanta. But it's been so wonderful. Sweet. And I mean, I just think that he is the bee's knees. He's such a great person and he's insanely patient because I'm a lot and I know that about myself. But I have a lot of energy and I like to do a lot of things and I talk a lot and he listens a lot and he's so okay with that. And but he always wants to, find ways to take care of me. But like, I'm a super independent person. And so like, I'm always like, well, I can take care of myself. But like,
oh, that sounds super familiar.
He wants to. And I love that. And so he's just the best person I could have asked for. So we feel very fortunate. And like I said, we got married last March. So it's been, cool. I don't know, less than a year and a half.
Nice.
And so some people are like, well, you're still in the honeymoon phase. And it's like, well, I just plan to stay in that as long as we can, because it's not like we don't talk about real things and it's not like we don't disagree on things. But at the end of the day, we are a team and both of our goal is to build the other one up and to make sure that the other one has what they need. And, similar goal, similar team. Like you said, it's great. I love marriage is wonderful. Like you said, it's awesome. And he's just a really great person. So
has it happened? And I ask this to every couple. Actually, I ask, I wish your husband was here. Has this happened when you're talking to him and he kind of doesn't listen? Like he just forgets?
Yes.
Okay.
All the time.
All right. I know my wife is going to hate me, because I always ask this to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And because she'll be talking to me and she'll be like, wow, you remember this? I'm like, no, I don't. I just told you. Or like when some of those conflicts come up, and I'm like, no. And then I'll ask like some of our friends, I'm like, hey, has this ever happened? And they're like, yeah, all the time. I'm like, see, it's normal. Because she thinks something's wrong with you.
Yeah.
You're hearing or this and that. I'm like, no, I'm actually trying to pay attention, but I just can't.
That's been the hardest is like our brains are so different.
They are.
And it's, I think that the difference is it does frustrate me sometimes, but it also frustrates him because I'm like, we've talked about this. And he's like, we've never had this conversation. So we're both, we both get a little frustrated because I'm like, oh, my Lanta, yes, we have. And he's like, no, we've literally never spoken about this. But the biggest thing is that, like you said, we both love to be right. And so just constantly working on like, sometimes it's okay to end a conversation where we both think we're right and the other person's wrong and move on. And so like, that's been something that has really helped because my whole life, I am a lot like my father. He is a great man. I love him to pieces. But he has to be right. And so when we play family games, people would just always make me be on my dad's team because the two of us get really competitive and we're like, know this. And so then other people are like, you two be on a team, we'll be on a different team. It's fine. And so I've just, ever since I was little, I have to be right. And so I've really been working on like being okay, ending the conversation with him thinking he's right and me thinking I'm right. And we can just end the conversation. I don't have to try to sit there and continue convincing him that I am right and he is wrong. And that's something he's been working on also. So it's like, that has helped a lot too, is like, agree to disagree. There are things you've got to see eye to eye on, but there are some times where it's like, you know what? We both think we're right and the other person's wrong. And that's okay. Let's just move on. And that has helped a lot, figuring out when it's worth fighting to the end or when it's worth being like, this really doesn't matter. It's okay. But yeah, it's, so there are times when I just am like, okay, you think we haven't had this conversation. I'll just repeat myself.
See, my dad's amazing. He gives like the best advice, but he gave me one of the worst advice.
Oh no.
So he said, this was before I was going to get married. He says, yeah. So when your wife is talking to you, if she's talking to you, just be like,
Oh,
shake your head, and then just say, yeah, or just throw it out a few times. So I did that once.
Oh no.
And then my wife says, what did I say? And I was like, I don't know. So I called my dad. I said, hey.
It didn't work.
Yeah. It's like, what do you mean it didn't work? I said, this is what she said. She said, what did I say? And he was like, I don't know. I was never prepared. So,
that's funny.
Yeah. But then also, I think I talked to my mom about that one time. And then she said, yeah, I know he's not listening. So I just keep talking.
Yeah. That's funny.
So
yeah, it seems to be a universal experience is that, men and women's brains are different.
There we go. So
you function differently. So that, definitely takes a lot to figure out how somebody else's brain works.
There we go. So we are hitting, actually, I thought we were going to stop at an hour. We're an hour and 5 minutes.
Oh, no.
But it's cool. Is there any last words? Where can people find you guys at?
So we're on Facebook just as The Boardroom, and then on Instagram as The Boardroom Verm. And then we are now Googleable. I made us a business profile, got us approved. So you can check us out on Google. We're working on a sign. That's been the biggest thing is trying to get one of those overhead light signs. We were working with somebody and then they just kind of like ghosted us for 2 months and then responded. And we're like, we really needed a sign already. So we're working on that because I think that will help people find us. But I usually just tell people right by on the Paul and they're like, oh, I know where that is. So yeah, we're there. And if people, some people are like, well, I just want to come in and look at things. We're totally fine with that. Okay. Like if you want to just come in and look and ask us questions and see how things work. I try to respond on Facebook, Instagram, email, whatever. But also you are totally welcome to just stop by and check things out and ask questions because we love seeing people and getting people in there. And I really think if you come and check it out, you're going to be like, yeah, I want to go there. Sweet. All right. I need to head there. I'll eventually go. Right. I like board games and I need to find, actually,
that's actually a good date night thing.
Yeah.
That's something. Yeah. Couples try to keep those date nights, and I've been failing at it. But usually it's always like, oh, let's head to like, like a dinner or something. I want to try something different.
Yeah.
And she likes board games. I like
That'd be a
board
great
games.
date spot.
Yeah.
We'd love to see you.
Yeah, we get competitive, so I don't know if it's going to be worse. But yeah, I should try that. It's a good idea. All right. Sweet. I'll put in the links in the description. But I do want to thank you so much.
Yeah. Thanks so much.